Good afternoon, Roland, and to all of our spectators today. This match may maybe a few minutes before it starts. I think there's maybe the match on the Vugraph on site.
That is correct. We usually have a 10-minute delay when we are on the official Vugraph match in the Netherlands due to security. They want to make sure that all other players are seated before they let us into the Vugraph room. And I think that's a very wise decision.
Roland, do we know which pairs we will be seeing?
I'm afraid not, Jack. I've been away for a couple of hours now, so I don't know. What I do know, however, is that we also have Neill from USA with us now. Good morning to you, Dan. Okay, Dan having a problem with his mic. It's going to fix it now. I have so many windows open here, I mean as far as the internet is concerned. So could I please ask one of you, Jack or Jeffrey, perhaps Spells, to get the convention cards when we see the pairs?
Oh yes, as soon as we know who's playing.
I can see a Herbst in the audience, so a good guess is that we will not have the Herbst brothers in this room. So either Wald or Pachtman Ginossar. Doesn't really matter because they all play the same basically. It's basic 2/1 for all Israeli pairs, and I guess that applies to the American pairs as well, doesn't it?
I think so, Roland, yes.
Not so sure about Martel Stansby though. They play a weak no trump as far as I recall.
They do, yes,
Yep.
They do.
Yes, I think if they play weak no trump, except when they're third position vulnerable.
Can you hear me now, guys?
Yes, very clearly, Dan.
Loud and clear. Can you hear all of us?
Yes, I can, Roland. Thanks.
So if you click on the link that Jeff has given, you will see folders for each country, and you obviously need to go to USA1 and Israel to get to the relevant pairs when we know who's playing. So the quarterfinal is a total of 96 boards, so playing 16 board sets. We've had 2 sets so far, and 16 boards more today, followed by 3 16 board sets tomorrow. So there's a long way to go in all of these matches, even when a side is winning by, say, 50 imps. There's still plenty of time for the team that's behind to get them back. No need to do anything. No need to take too many swingy actions at this stage.
So, Ginossar, Pachtman, north-south. You're allowed to pronounce it Pachtman if you prefer, if you can't pronounce that sound in the middle. As some of you may know, I lived in Israel for 3 years, so I don't have a problem.
So you can speak Hebrew, can you, Roland, as one of your many languages?
Yes, Hebrew is my third language. Danish first, Swedish second, Hebrew third, and English fourth.
Yes, not many people would have guessed that English was your fourth language from the way you speak English, but
I was just musing over that myself.
We'll be getting underway in about 3 or 4 minutes. Israel against USA1.
But I was kind of lucky, because I had a Danish mother and a Swedish father, so I got one language for nothing, if you see what I mean.
in fact, as we're now on voice commentary, Roland, perhaps you could tell us how your name is really pronounced in Danish.
44 for USA.
I can. Are you ready for it? I'll do it slowly. My name in Danish is pronounced Roland Wald. Roland Wald.
Sitting north-south, we have Eldad, Ginossar and Ron Pachtman. They played 2/1
Okay,
game force.
Roland vote
Major better minor, 14
something like that anyway.
17 no trump can be semi-balanced. And transfer responses to...
It's always a psychological problem for us native English speakers when we see a name that's spelt the same as an English name. It's too easy to assume it's pronounced the same.
Play 2 hearts and 2 spades as major minor to suitors less than an opening bid. What one might call almost standard Polish.
Yes, but I'm used to Wald by now, so doesn't make a difference. It's pronounced. My first name is pronounced differently in Swedish, and obviously a lot different in French, as you all know. Roland. Pretty common first name in France.
As in the Song of Roland.
Yes. So we have Levin, Weinstein, East-West. If Weinstein lived in Israel, his name would be pronounced Weinstein. Well, that is a proper pronunciation of the name, I can tell you.
So he prefers to be called Weinstein, or that's how it's normally in other countries?
Well, I know in USA it's pronounced Weinstein for some reason, but it should really be Weinstein. Anyway, ready to go, yeah. Quite too hard contract.
That's what you thought. West has got other ideas. East is not so happy that West has made a take-out double, and his only 4 card suits is diamonds, which he has to put at the 3 level. I wonder if he'll try 2 spades.
Yes, you're right that I got it wrong, Jeffrey, but I have a valid excuse. I have a blurred vision, and you know why.
Well, also, it's not so obvious to bid on the West hand. You're bidding in a live auction, or potentially live auction, so you don't know the opponents are about to stop on a part score. Doubling
I agree.
2 hearts.
I agree.
Just.
It's far from obvious to bid. I mean, lefty's a past hand, but so is your partner. So this is a pretty aggressive bid, I think.
Isn't it funny how a lead from Jack to 4 always costs a trick?
That is my least favorite lead in bridge, from 4 to the Jack.
So what would you prefer to lead from that south hand? It's not particularly appetizing.
I would lead a spade, but I wouldn't like it. You're right. Nothing else appeals.
Absolutely, I would also need a spade. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it cost a trick.
So you're saying that you didn't get any of the other suits is even more likely to cost a trick. I mean, maybe in some cases leading the Queen of Clubs on the basis that the King is likely to, or in the Ace of Clubs on the basis that the King is likely to be in the West hand.
I agree with that, but when I try those leads, my partner at the end of the hand asks me to please stop being so brilliant when declare wins as King of Clubs. Anyway, the cards play very well for East-West, and for the same reason that 2 hearts went down for 50, this is going to enable East-West to score 110 here in 3 diamonds for a pickup for USA1.
Is he going to run this 9?
I don't know why he would. He's taking a chance of going down if he does, it seems to me.
It depends if he believes the South carding, I suppose. Just want to check the leads that the Israeli pair play.
Yeah, they play 4th, so he should finesse.
Yeah, that's play for an over trick, though. I mean, I think he's happy to be plus 110, He knows he can make 110 if he just roughs his spade out and gives up a heart.
I agree, Jack. Well, just in case he had played fours from 6, 4, 3, 2.
If this were match points or board a match, I'm pretty sure you would have seen a different play.
It looks like a bit of an accident in the closed room if East-West stopped in 3 hearts. Let's have a look what happened.
Oh, I don't think West really showed his hand after his partner's responsive double, do you think? I mean, 3 hearts could just have been a minimum take-out double, couldn't it?
When the Oxford guy had 1 spade double pass, 2 spades cubed from East, past 3 hearts. Now, it's also a matter of partnership agreement how you play that, but I was taught that a cubed was forcing to suit agreements, which in the case of a 2 spade cubed is pretty much forcing to the 4 level. And it looks like West thought he was playing that way, but East didn't. Or maybe East
but remember that East was a passed hand. How can he force to the 4 level?
Well, he can have a more shapely hand. He can have the 5-4 and 2 suits.
But, you know, even as against that, Roland, if your partner bids 2 spades and you feel like you can be dropped, then it's incumbent upon you, if you have extra values, to make some guess, to make some leap the game. I think that playing 2 spades could be dropped is not really workable, whether you're a passed hand or a non-passed hand.
Well, that's my point, Jack. Well, I don't think you can bid 3 hearts with that hand. What are you going to bid with a normal takeout double?
Well, presumably, I guess you'd bid 3 of your cheapest suit, I would suspect.
Non-forcing, or whether the cubed of 2 spades in the closed room guarantee another call.
I believe the correct
In fact,
score is
on this
also
particular hand, I think West might have been better to bid 2 no trumps. I'm not saying that because his partner made an unexpected pass, but I just feel that it describes the hand as a strong, balanced hand, probably too strong to overcall 1 no trump, and he can always bid hearts in the next round. He does have a double spade stop.
Just to be uber pragmatic for a moment, I mean, here you are in the Bermuda Bowl, and obviously you and your partner don't see eye to eye. If your partner, clearly West didn't think that 3 hearts could have been dropped, or he wouldn't have bid 3 hearts. So it looks like, well, East, I'm sure maybe thought he knew what he was doing, but it seems to me that just jumping to 3 hearts is a more straightforward call. There's less of a chance that an accident could happen, which is always a plus for any call.
Yeah, that's certainly a good.
Go on, Jeffrey. Sorry.
I was just going to say that's certainly a good practical tip in general. That if you've got a choice between 2 calls, one's less likely to be misinterpreted, then make the one that's clearest to partner. But you would have thought at this level that that people would be pretty confident that the partner's partner is on the same wavelength.
4 rounds of trumps finishing in hand. And advance the
Yes, but are you saying that the 2 spade bidder promises another call when he bids 2 spades first?
Well, he does the way I play.
okay,
Admittedly, I haven't and just because I haven't agreed with many of my partners to do anything different by a past hand. I don't know if East just thought it was obvious, or maybe East thought he'd had some discussion with West about it a couple of years ago.
My honest answer, Roland, is that I've certainly played quite a bit of bridge, and even with some of my best partners, I would not know for sure whether my partner has a passed hand could be dropping my next bid over 2 spades. Maybe I would take out insurance by bidding 4 hearts, but I'm just saying that there's something to be said for keeping the partnership out of uncharted waters. And obviously the proof's in the pudding that they didn't have a thorough agreement about this, or they wouldn't have been resting in 3 hearts.
Right, and I do think you have a valid point there, Jack, that 3 hearts should show extra values, whereas 3 of a minor shouldn't. Could be a normal weak take-out double, whereas 3 hearts should be the strong hand because you have a cheaper minor to bid with a weak hand.
And there's a lot of sense to that, but boy, who has discussed that? I know that I haven't, and I would be surprised if anybody has, really. This is a pretty esoteric auction. But your point's well taken.
This rate declare make only 11 tricks. Made a small technical error when he led a low heart to the ace at trick 2. If he led the jack of hearts to the ace, he would have had more entries to his own hand to play clubs. An alternative approach, instead of playing the 3 of clubs, the jacks, he could have started with the 10.
Ron Pachtman's British pedigree is that he's won the European Open Team Champions on the Besis team in Italia in 2007. Finished 3rd in the Israeli team in the closed Europeans in Ostend, and 4th in Philadelphia in the Wolfson team.
Quite surprising, the match between the Netherlands and Iceland is almost over before it has begun, if you see what I mean. The Dutch being up by 86 after 2 segments.
Which I have to say surprises me, Roland. I thought that was going to be a pretty close match.
But it was the best he could do. Slightly.
Well, 86 it sounds like a lot, but you've got to bear in mind that they still have 4 sets in which to get them back, 64 boards. So if the Iceman can get some back in this set, I think they'll still be in with a chance.
4 diamonds doubled. By North. After a 3-diamond opening preempt,
that the Israelis
would get you into either the Hall of Fame or the Hall of Shame, depending where you prefer to look at it.
Yeah, the Israeli two bids here show a 5-card minor, and 2 hearts and 2 spades show 5 in that suit, and 4 or more in the minor, 6 to 10. But I wouldn't be surprised at these colors to see Pachtman wheel out 2 hearts in 3rd chair here. But we'll see.
Maybe 4. And then after that,
if you have found the 3-diamond opener, as Fleischer found in the other room?
No.
Here, a 2-heart opening by North, showing...
That is, well, to be diplomatic, imaginative.
Double by East and South, knowing there's a Misfit, but knowing his opponents don't have much of
An adjective that covers a host of sins.
or three clubs, pass or correct.
Yeah, but it's not a rude word.
You can see that.
In fact, opening 3 diamonds can give the opponents a lot of problems, because when you bid diamonds, there are still 2 unbid majors, and often you might find, for example, that East has got a 4-1 to 6 shape or something, and can't make a takeout double. And it's not always easy for the opponents to find the right fit if you have a concealed major.
Still waiting.
Obviously, he's trading on the vulnerability. He's a favourable vulnerability, so people often don't defend when they should do. And if it were pass 3 diamonds, double, pass, he would always have the option of retreating to hearts.
4 diamonds in a minute. Those of you who like it.
Roland, would it be fair to say that you think that the 3 diamonds got its just reward going for 800 at the other room?
No, I think, well, no, that would be too much. No, I don't think it's that bad. Could have worked. Certainly wouldn't say it's silly.
Maybe North can double to say don't lead hearts, and East can redouble play that.
This is funny.
That's what it looks
Is
like.
West actually considering
double says
playing 3 hearts?
Don't lead hearts. Redouble from East will say, please do.
Yes. I'm not sure I understand 3 clubs, and I'm not sure I understand doubling 3 hearts. 3 clubs is clearly conventional.
3 clubs is a pass or correct. Asking partner to pass with clubs.
Yeah, that's clearly right. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On a diamond lead.
And a double of 3 hearts has partner that don't have a good suit.
To make his contract.
So unless you think it's right, don't lead them.
Yes, we'll put the play for 4 diamonds doubled on the screen as well, if you would, Kiko.
There was king of clubs followed by...
He might have been non-lead himself against 3 hearts doubled.
The anti-double or something like that?
Thank you, Kiko. King of clubs lead, and the Queen of Spades and Jack of Spades both.
So he got the message.
Which meant that West
Ginossar,
couldn't get to play a
don't
trump
lead
through.
hearts.
It's possible that if West had overtaken second spade to play trump, it would work better for the defenders. As it was, the third spade.
So the USA is going to lose. It's going to lose some imps here. I don't care how well Bobby Levin plays. His number will not be starting with an 8.
Yeah. Joe Scher found a good term for that double, the lead rejecting double.
If West had overtaken an early spade and put a diamond through, I think the defenders would have collected at least another perhaps.
East roughed the 3rd up with the Queen of Diamonds and played us another diamond, straining the clear with 2 hearts in his hand.
Right. So, opening diamond lead. Declarer has 2 diamonds and only 3 spades, so he needs.
Thanks to the lead rejecting double, he might find the stiff king of hearts. I don't know if you can make it if the king jack of hearts is in north anyway.
The one thing Declarer has to do is not pull the Queen of Hearts off the board, but he doesn't have a lot of entries for that to happen.
When the clubs turn out to be 4-1.
Well, there's certainly no point in taking the club finesse, so he's playing them from the top to see how they break.
Spades do serve some communication between the 2 hands.
These weak 2-suited bids make life difficult for the opponent in the auction, but they do help them in the play, because they have a very good idea of the distribution
Okay,
at trick
so
one.
spade trick scored, so now I think Clara needs to play ace of hearts and heart as the cards land. Like it doubles through hearts, not to stop partner from leading suit. If he
Well,
had
Levin knows the
pretty unlucky.
layout here in the heart suit, and I think the anti-lead directing double will prevent him from trying the queen of hearts out of the dummy.
Actually, he could play ace.
Yes. It pretty much marks success with a singleton king, doesn't it?
He could put the heart back on the table. It could be club.
I think it all adds up. We'll see whether Bobby looks at it the same way.
The second club.
West is vulnerable here, so if Declarer makes 9 tricks, that'll be 5 imps to Israel. Should he go down 100? 900 is, I think, 40.
So if he makes it, it would be 5 imps to Israel.
Very valuable imps for Israel.
If it doesn't, it'll be a very good board for Israel.
So just the 19 imps resting on his next card.
14 imps.
9, sorry.
It looks like he's about to cross the dummy with the ace of spades. Normally that's because he plans to run queen of hearts on success.
Okay, here comes the moment of truth.
Yeah.
See?
Will he really play? Without perhaps the
Starts
jack
by North.
of hearts singleton after North double?
If he does that, rather than going to do his hand.
Queen of hearts might win the jack.
Yeah, if he pulls the Queen of Hearts, it'll be
I
exceptional.
assume,
course, no, he-
I assume the Pachtman alerted his double and that Levin asked what it means.
And I guess you assume a guy with the totem be like to have the king and jack.
Of course, now Levin's going to have to assume that Pachtman opened out of range as well, that he opened on a 4 count.
No,
Or I'm not sure the range is particularly relevant when North is in third position at favourable vulnerability. I think he can open up anything he likes really.
Well, he did play for this
That's fair.
jack.
But, you know, from Bobby's perspective, I mean, in fairness, what would Pachtman do with king empty fifth of hearts and the king jack fifth of diamonds? And his partner has expressed a preference for a minor with king empty fifth and king jack fifth of diamonds. Yeah, you might double. Again, it's always clearer up here than it is in real life, I think.
I can imagine that Bobby Levin is very unhappy now. Anyone watching the live video? You see the faces?
Defense will take 1 diamond, 1 spade.
I dare not have another window open, I must say.
Well, they won't heart tree
Play goes queen of hearts to the ace.
Queen of diamonds doesn't unblock, he gets thrown into the spade.
Well, he's got it dug now. I mean, does he have any other choice? There's not even a pseudo end play to play for at this point because he knows where everything is.
But if you unblock the jack of
Then
diamonds,
both might get played.
right.
Oh, catching the clubs, you're okay.
Scratching his head,
You block.
I'm told. Well, that won't help him. Well, he is a bit surprised, of course, that the Queen wasn't covered. But as CSS, if they don't cover, they don't have it.
Wrong as the cards lay, but if the clubs had split, we've had 3 spades, 1 heart, 2 diamonds, and 3 clubs. So it feels like there are alternative winning lines available that were as good as this.
Taking the ace of hearts out of his hand and put on the end.
Well, it's only right to play the ace now if first of all South has singleton king and secondly that South doesn't have any entries in diamonds.
Playing low. They don't like doing, losing to the bear king. South now is to play jack of diamonds and a low diamond. We'll do that for sure. One down.
Useful swing for Israel. The first in a long time.
To keep them in touch.
Just in case
Well, it keeps things interesting.
that was the sound of one hand clapping.
Yes.
Let me get
And we're not biased,
Okay.
so
Close room.
we just want a
Close room.
nice close match,
Contract
don't
is
we, Jack?
6 hearts by
Indeed.
East, diamond by West, 3 clubs.
And here is a very interesting hand where
And
6 hearts could be made
hearts,
double diamond.
Blackwood, aces.
Maybe.
Down one,
I'm thinking about it, but
Wald.
You need to guess the heart position if you can guess the hearts.
That's enough, is it? You have to take a first
I guess it can't, no.
round heart finesse, mate.
Well, at least that
You can
play
interrupt
in
club
3-no
round.
trump took Fleischmann off the hook, so he was just being
No,
a
you
good
can't let him.
good pro, helping out
You do that
his
for
teammates
sorry,
look a
so
little
some
better.
hearts must make 1 diamond and 2 clubs.
But it isn't quite enough to cast the king of hearts first, is it?
Made 4 made 6 on 3 of diamonds.
Well,
Lead. 4
then
made
you
6
avoid
on
a
3
heart
of
loser,
spades,
yes.
but
But what about the 4th club?
that can't be right.
No, I conceded 6 hearts can't make, Roland. I fell on my sword here.
Take a strand heart finesse.
Right, because you can get a club away on the ace of diamonds, but you can't drop
Ace of diamonds,
the
rough
king of diamonds on another
heart
discard,
finesse, 2
and you certainly can't afford to rough a club,
finesses, rough diamond,
because
but heart
then
finesse,
South has a trump trick.
rough to diamond.
Do you think they're going to get
Yep.
the slam?
Unopposed bidding sequence, a diamond, a
Right.
heart,
I have a
1
feeling.
trump, yes, 2 spades. This is the transfer. Clubs.
By the way, would any of the panelists have
What happens?
jumped to 3 clubs as a weak jump over call? Had that been part of your repertoire
Say you get a club
with the north end?
with the key clubs, you pick the hearts, whatever reason.
Yeah,
You
I might.
cash 7 hearts, 2 clubs, you
Might have done, but
full
if I've been non-vulnerable, a game or it's less attractive to do so.
can't get 1 spade or he's going to get in played perhaps.
Well-
So he needs to get 2 spades, he needs to get a spade. Does North keep?
Okay, East 2 spades is probably just an artificial relay or puppet or something, because West denied,
Heart, the king of the heart, ace
we
of
would
the
hope, 4
Right
spades
off
with
of the
1-no
ace.
trump, but it looks like he's got 4 spades.
Rather,
bluff, I don't need the raw.
so you play it up to the ace. So you're
Club
down
to
to
the ace, I'm
Do
cashing
you
I think
think
it's quite
that-
common these days that
9.
pairs rebid 1-no trump whenever they have a balanced hand that's not raising partner's suit. So 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade would show an unbalanced hand with 4 spades. That certainly helps when you've got the unbalanced hands to find your minor suit fits.
Dummy's got
Right.
2
It then
spades and
becomes
2 diamonds.
the price on that is that East has to then check back anytime he's 4-4 with some sort of check back, which gives a little bit more information. Not necessarily bad. And also, if there is not a game in the hand, then you could be missing some 4-4 spade fits and play it in 1-no. But as against that, you're right. A diamond followed by a spade shows an unbalanced hand, and that's clearly seems to be what they do.
Okay, so West doesn't like the void in diamonds too much.
We do have a copy of the hands. Can check on deep finesse.
It doesn't.
You can make 11 tricks in no trumps or hearts.
Did West promise 3 card heart support at any point?
Feels
Did
like
2-no trump suggest that? Do you know?
so.
Not I.
Bidding sequence: a diamond, a heart, and no trump, showing 12 to 14. Denying 4 spades unless balanced. 2 spades by some kind of artificial relay.
Yep.
And
Because
West has
if Levin
great
knows that Weinstein has 3 hearts, he's not concerned about the queen of trumps, because then they have 10 trumps between them.
he can find
And then he would bid the slam when they're only off 1 key card.
Levin didn't go through some sort of 2-way check back that would have permitted him to presumably find out how many hearts Weinstein has. So two spades may carry some other type of message about the hand, and certainly maybe imply long hearts, but I'm just guessing.
Over 2 no trumps, there might have been sign-offs at the 3 level, perhaps, but 4 clubs.
Yeah, it says on that legend card they play two-way check back over 1 no trump rebid. It may be that 2 spades is a puppet to 2 no trumps, forces part to be 2 no trumps, and now 4 clubs is showing an all house splinter in diamonds, so showing us telling partner he wants hearts as trumps and making a slam try and showing his shorters in diamonds. He may even be showing avoiding diamonds because he had the option of jumping to 4 clubs or 4 diamonds over 1 no trump directly.
One has to say that, well, bridge isn't always fair, and we all know that, but it is really unfair that America will gain a bunch of imps for staying out of Islam. Everybody wants to be in. I mean, Trump's 2-1 and it's laid down.
4 diamonds, probably
78%.
last train.
Yeah, if North has 3 hearts, it might work out as well.
On his own, but prepared to cooperate.
I checked their card, and indeed, West could easily have 4 spades. That's their, like you guys said, that's their convention. They just rebid 1 no trump if they're balanced.
Do you have anything more to say?
And it does mention 2-way check back. Does not mention what 2 spades is, though.
I suspect it's some relay to 2-0 where Bobby says, "Stay out of my way, let me describe an important feature of my hand." But
so it's keeping in touch with the proceedings there. Oh, Sweden got imps. And no scores up there.
So
Okay, another moment of truth.
Obviously Levin has shown some kind of slam invite with a long heart suit. And the ace of diamonds may not be wasted altogether, you know, may be useful to perhaps pitch a spade loser, a slow spade loser.
And the ace is much better somewhere else, but Trump's are spectacularly good, and King 1 club potentially to rough past 3rd round club loser is also great.
A diamond lead against 6 hearts would not be very good.
If you look at the 2 hands, you probably are cold for slam with Trump's a 2-1.
that would change the outcome, assuming you guess the hearts, yeah.
And by the way,
Might
Yes,
be able to pitch
what-
both spades.
closed from on the previous hand with 3
Exactly.
diamonds.
And what is supposed to lead on that hand?
This is
Well,
modified
you usually wouldn't lead your singleton holding an ace and the queen of trumps, because you know you can't get partner in.
Maybe you lead the ace of spades, hoping your queen will just score.
I think it was Wellington.
Yes, there's some psychology involved. Some people have a theory that if an ace is led, then that hand might be looking at a trump trick. So South might be worried about kipping off the fact that he has the queen of hearts. But it depends what he thinks the opponents think about the lead.
Is that what you would think if someone at your local club played the ace against the slam?
Probably in the local club.
Picked up 13 imps
But
in the seniors.
this means, if I understand Jeffrey correctly, that you should lead the ace every time you don't have the queen of trumps.
As Jeffrey said, it's a deep psychological game.
Short hearts.
Looks like over 2 spades that 2 no trumps would have been forced, of which now 3 clubs would have
All right.
been
Nice little swing up for grabs if Weinstein can find the pass, probably.
and 3 no trumps would have been avoid non-voicing.
Or Weinstein or Weinstein or whatever it is.
Voids
Well, he pronounces it Weinstein.
and spades respectively.
He does, I know.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but whenever he's in Israel, they call him Weinstein.
Key card. He's already shown his void, so he doesn't have
Also, they might miss a slam because they might.
to do it again.
They know they haven't got the queen of hearts. And West may
So
not know about
apparent-
the 7th heart.
So apparently Levin doesn't know about three-card support, otherwise he would have shown the Queen of Hearts, wouldn't he?
So he's
Yes, that's right.
almost guaranteed 7 hearts. If he only has one of the top 2 honors and no queen.
Just ruminating here, any possibility of South leading a diamond?
In fact, the partner's accepting the Sam driver bidding for no trumps makes him more likely to have 3 hearts, but by no means certain, because 4 clubs asked him primarily to look how much he's got outside the diamond suit.
So you can underwrite, I guess, 11 tricks.
All right.
With trumps for 3-0. You draw 2 rounders. Dummy, you cash the ace diamonds, pitch your 4 club. Very fortunate escape for the Americans. I mean, they did have a controlled
Excellent.
auction.
More ends to the United
Could
States,
make
though.
it goes to a 9 outfit.
Excellent. Yeah.
Controlled, I think they're pretty well. I mean, South
I would call it lucky.
But where he was part
And
of
not
a
anti-American.
past 5 hearts didn't know that
Hoping that all of our Vugraph commentators were neutral.
When East made that,
Well, if you're neutral, if you're unbiased, you would call this lucky because you want to be in slam.
bidding some in one room and not bidding the other.
I'm just thinking out loud here, but on the Queen of Clubs lead, if Weinstein misguesses the heart, he has 6 hearts, a spade is 7, 2 clubs is 9, diamond is 10. I mean, I'm just wondering if it's possible to go down 1 in 5
not if you can't make
for a push.
And how do you go down if
Well,
the mattress is
Maybe I'm
South
missing
is on
something
me.
here.
me?
You missed the South is on me.
You lose.
He's got to leak something.
A heart, but it's blocked.
I see, East is playing this, right. So it's not North that's on there. Yeah, well, Singleton Club lead.
Sort of bizarre you would go down.
Well, King of Clubs on club the ace if that gets trumped. They've got the ace of spades to lose, but I think that West can rough the other clubs now.
Yeah, that's true.
8 and 2 clubs.
And even having cash the ace of hearts, we can play a
Yeah.
club which gets trumps, and then East can draw the last trump before attempting the other club rough.
Yeah, South was always going to have to rough with the natural. He had 11 tricks. So yeah, I agree with Roland. That's a very fortunate swing to USA1.
very unlucky for. Here we come aboard. North could not preempt. He's played 3 no trumps after Zach opened in second seat, and the defenders had 4 hearts and 2 diamonds that they cash, but couldn't work out how to do it.
Well, once I didn't
East
prepare
West
a
are
five,
playing
six,
Flannery,
six
so
clubs.
these majors were reversed. I bet he would have tried a Flannery just because
I
it's so
guess
descriptive.
It was probably the Jack of Spades.
Yeah.
Well,
Only
West
because
Coast
I'm
know
here
the defenders letting can be
to
dimes.
annoy me.
And not
Oh, this team loves you, Roland. They're all about Flannery.
fans would have been if one of them had
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Well, in the meantime, Israel had a super result in the other room, stealing a 3 no trump game when heart suit is wide open, and there are 2 diamond losers besides. Once Levin passed this hand, which is certainly reasonable, well, okay, maybe they are going to get the game. 3 clubs in the 4th chair does not show nothing. It shows something like this, I guess. But it doesn't show your typical preempt, or you just pass it out.
You're going to bid 3 no trump now with a doubleton heart?
Raise to 4 spades.
Yeah, possible.
Diamonds and 2 down.
Still you have 4 top losers.
You gotta have a good agreement to open 3 clubs with that.
He doesn't want to be defending to 3 no trumps. He had to bid more.
Yeah, it was a good recovery by the Israeli pair in the other room. I mean, they would think that 6 hearts is flat.
It's going to be easy to defeat. If North can keep his hands off Black's lead. Ace of hearts, do you think? Good on this absorption?
No. It's not easy, I can tell you that. Jack of spades is my temptation.
If they can take this one down. Lead a red suit.
The problem with leading Ace of hearts is that it can stop.
Well, it will be 11 imps to Israel.
Very, very difficult. And to lead the ace diamonds might be the easiest way.
That's an excellent result for Israel. Just to tell you, I'm neutral here. Excellent result to Israel.
Down to 11, he's let an ace. For sure, like the ace of
On
hearts.
the other hand, I know they have bid those black suits.
Good for him.
Still, you have to lead from an unsupported ace to defeat it. And Pachtman
The ace
did.
of hearts a partner encourages. It's very reasonable to cash the ace of diamonds before playing a second heart. But if you continue
So
on,
he'll get an encouraging 2. They play upside down, count and attitude. So this will be a quick one down. Oh, recorded already.
As a dummy, it's going to be very easy for South to switch to a heart. He's already scored it as 11 imp difference. I don't know. Video must be delayed if that's the case.
Okay, how many spades is North going to overcall over one of a minor by West?
So, keeping in touch, 4 on this set. In fact, another 11 because that board hasn't scored. So
What about over a 2-no opener?
Yeah, isn't he going to open to no trumps down?
3-0, the final contract. Very difficult defense on the lead of the King of Spades. First of all, the spade suit's blocked. Yes.
Yeah, 20 to 21. That's right in their range.
The heart suit.
Yeah, they should be able to defeat 3 no trump
They're on tape.
if they're getting there.
deep finesse with the value of own eyes can see you can make 6 by double finessing the heart.
Can even afford to play 3 rounds of spades and
If you
still...
bet 5 clubs will make you get
Well, yes, they can. Still defeat it.
But how do you get her after a 2-0 opening?
you don't. But sweep
This reminds me of that Joe Grew
5 hearts
that spent
east west.
hands where he had the similar
Particularly successful.
hand over no trump,
Down.
and then South had the ace of diamonds. So even though West got that cheap queen of spades, he still went down.
This is probably
The problem here is if partner goes 4 hearts and not 4 spades, I'm not going to be real keen about no trumps.
I was just thinking for a brief moment that the Clara could double finesse and hearts. The trouble is that he doesn't have enough interest.
3 diamonds, I've got a major. But not 5.
Would anyone overcall 3 spades or something like that over 2 no trump?
Party's just pulled out.
would be so.
I wouldn't.
No, I think Levin pulled out a pass out of
I might have 6 tricks
Could we see the
No.
off the
Yeah,
top
what's gone away?
against 3
could
no
we see
trump.
3 times the final contract?
Yes.
Could we see
And if they're not going to play in 3 no trumps, they're going to play in 4 hearts most likely.
King Spades lead,
And I will probably be on lead myself.
set spade from North
You will, although
Might be
if
a
you go
push.
for three spades, you might make it harder for the opponents to find the right game.
Lost cast the ace and king, but had to give up the rest.
At these colors, I would certainly think about it. I know that they could
East
catch
West
me a
is
number of
playing
times,
three
but
diamonds onto the May5.
the God's honest truth is that most pairs have not discussed what they do when you come in over their 2-0 openers, particularly with a bid as high as 3 spades.
150 to go with.
Yeah.
I think it makes 3 spades, but that's about the same as 3-no down 3.
Well done by the even edition senior pair.
Some don't open the West hand general trumps.
5+.
First of all, they may be out of range for it.
Well done by the
And second,
West pair bidding to
many
5+.
play
So well
a
done.
strong club and may open one club.
See 500 in the other.
And then certainly North will get in with a number of spades, 3 perhaps.
What lost in all the shuffle here is that I think that 5 clubs and 5 diamonds are makers. 5 diamonds is a bit better.
5 clubs making in one room, 3 no trumps going down the other on to the matches.
Okay,
So East bid 5 card Stamen and West no 5 card major, and East decided that 3 diamonds is his best guess at the right contract, given he can't play in 3 clubs.
that worked out.
Every
pretty
time,
And
every
who
time
knows
I
what he
do
would have
that,
done
I think it wasn't going to cost anything.
every time
if
I do
three
that,
spades.
no. Every time I do that, and Partner denies 5 card major, he has 3, 3, 2, 5. And here I am in 3 diamonds.
Well, East had available a 3-no trump response to 2-no trump, according to their convention card, which
Sweden is down to
would have been showing 5-5 minors non-forcing. So East really went low. He could have even forced a game with that.
lead over Iceland is over 100.
I suspect that's 5-5 in the majors and some interest if Partner's got a decent fit for the minor. I don't think East is anywhere near strong enough for that. It'd probably be if he had an extra ace and the same shape.
It's not so rough, both the diamond and the club, the defense
They
lead.
can't beat it anymore. These spades are blocked. Oh, sorry.
They're not playing 3 now.
No, that's my excuse again. That blurred vision. I saw it as 3-no trump. I was looking at the results from the other table. By the way, Jack, did you manage to get the diagram from the other table?
Yes, I see it now. Thanks.
128 finals running to 2/16 on Saturday. And the Bermuda only, the others are 96 each. So we'll know the results of the Venice Cup and the Dorsey Seniors on Friday night.
Nice performance by the Indonesian men here. Closing quite a big gap down to 11 of USA2. All 4 of the women's sides are down to 15 imps.
These are quite exciting boards, aren't they?
Oh yes. Not dull boards by any means.
I imagine the bulletin tomorrow is going to be full of some interesting hands because all the teams are playing the same hands, right?
They are.
I think Clara got to say the interesting control, so thinking on 30, still 6.
Cricket fans will have noticed a long time ago that this is a 2020 hand. And they will also know that the chance of both sides being dealt 20 high card points is 6.9%
On a club lead.
from the Department of Useless Information.
And the diamonds, East-West favorite. And beat it to 2 spades over 2 diamonds. Which did not perhaps thrill East entirely, who might have been looking forward to the idea of defending two, but no doubt.
Well, I don't know if Steve's going to double the one diamond opener. If not, I could see it going a diamond, a heart, two hearts, and north-south playing it right there when east-west can make some spades. So I think the real issue for east-west here is whether they'll be able to get in here and find their spade suit.
Would you double, Jack?
Here?
I was afraid you were going to ask me that. I mean, it's borderline. I would think about it. Well, obviously, Steve did more than think about it.
Seems to leave them alone.
There's a lot to be said for it. I mean, I have 4-3 in the majors, and I have prime values in the majors. Queen of the diamond, not so hot. But this hand illustrates how difficult it is to get back in if you pass. There's a big risk of passing on hands like this.
Anyway, north-south have their heart fit, east-west their spade fit. North knows that is facing a 4-card heart suit.
How about three hearts for north-south?
He's competed.
Not terrible.
Not worrying too much about Larry Cohen.
Looking at most results, it seems to be two
It
spades.
doesn't look right to compete to three hearts. The north hand certainly has got a singleton in his partner's first bid suit and four small in hearts. I suppose there's a possibility that South will bid three hearts as he's got a fifth diamond, but
A couple of things. First of all, note the two-spade bid, which in competition often just confirms a fourth spade and the ability to compete. It doesn't show the extra values. And also, there's no way North could compete to three hearts unless North-South were probably playing support doubles. If you thought there was any chance you were buying only three-card support, you could not possibly bid three hearts on 4 to the 9.
Yeah, I've got a fair request from a spectator. Could you use the names written on the cards? All do not know who you're talking about. Steve, for instance, Bobby. And he's absolutely right about that. We should bear that in mind and call them Weinstein and Levin. Sorry.
Thank you. So how many tricks does Degara have, David?
He's going to lose a heart, two spades.
Well, it looks tough. The diamonds 5-2, doesn't it?
Yep.
Can't really see that he can get to a 9th trick here.
That queen of spades would be an entry if the defense happened.
It looks like he's 8 winners and folded.
no, I suppose at least the Queen of Spades will be a trick. But the trouble is his club suit is not established yet, and may have some problems getting back to his hand on a Queen of Diamonds switch, for example. Not that the Queen of Diamonds switch is a particularly obvious thing to do.
Of 3 rounds of clubs, if Miss wins the club hearts, the 4th club, the spots in
But
the
East
suit,
may play a diamond back now.
You affected mode up because the 5 will force the jack or queen.
Degara could play of hearts, king of hearts to prevent that, but then West might be able to do something by
Clubs
playing
do
a
set
third
up with one rough, but there's
shot.
some work to be
But
done
that
on,
uses can spade
on
to
the
like
trumps.
Maybe East goes better to shift to a diamond. Anyway, in this room they're playing 2 spades on club lead with the jack and S. And the defenders are trying to promote a club the other way, which is quite entertaining.
So he knows from the
Think about
lead
it.
and the king of spades that he,
Three
or I'm
hearts
sorry,
breaking down
Weinstein
the trump
has
promotion
the
for
ace
East.
of spades, so he
2-6,
knows
the
that's
defenders
going pretty
might have
good.
stricken
So he's just
promotion.
trying to make sure it works
And club suit for North.
against
Positive.
a different kind of split in clubs or hearts, because if the clubs and hearts are as they are, it looks pretty good for Declare, I think.
suppose the trouble is when he when he tries to rough a club, East can rough in with a 4 or 5, and
One more trick, I think.
then the King 10x becomes a second trick.
Yeah, I agree,
so
Roland.
He's just going to play the ace of hearts and the queen of hearts.
You agree with me? I didn't say anything. You can blame me on most anything, but not for something I didn't say.
May have been too late. If he'd led them at trick 1, he might have done better. If he shifted to aim to try and tactic area, he might have done better.
Well, that was
But you are normally right, so.
Can it still go down?
If he cashes the ace of spades, I think so, yeah.
Are there any sports in Australia where they play the mercy rule?
Now that I agree with.
Baseball,
Otherwise, the
if you get to be 10 runs behind
club
opponents,
will
your
disappear.
game is called.
Or the spade rather, sorry.
Maybe
Well,
imposing
he
mercy rule.
can't make it.
Oh, but it's 64 boards to go, and only about 64 to drift. That's an board. That's not an impossibility.
I
But
may
it's
get 100.
obviously premature to catch the jack of clubs right now.
104, right. It's 11 to its board. Most matches are turning over a lot more than that.
Indonesia have taken a lead against USA2 in the Venice Cup. England's lead over Sweden is 1, so 2 of 3 matches Sweden is 1 imp in Venice Cup.
10 imps and 4 imps in the other two.
US and Sweden, Bermuda, well, the margin is down to 3 or 4 imps. 50 imp, 30 or 35 imps.
Yeah, that 10 of hearts is really annoying, if
About
not
3 or
for
4
as an
boards on
entry,
the
anything
US,
else.
So US have come right back.
So they
Hmm.
do have this
Somebody changed his mind.
ability now. They've reached that position.
Oh,
It's north on lead, so he draws traps. He's in the wrong hand to set up his club.
no chance. As we see, 2 spades went 1 down in the other room. So, USA 100 in both rooms and 5 imps.
Declare make a spade. 4 hearts is 5 of diamonds, 6 2 clubs is 8.
Lost 4 tricks already.
Yeah. And he can't get back to the clubs to enjoy them. He's still a 3-3 club break now.
Good defense.
I think Pachtman needed to give up the club.
It's possible the 8 to make trapped up to the trump shift.
Looks like he's only down 1. Okay.
Go up with the ace of hearts and play queen hearts. That might have left you in better position because you did the trump promotion.
What happens if they play a dump back?
You might win the ace, and remember the diamond shift comes from the queen in 1.
Yeah.
Play second club.
This is a normal 3-note trump to bit.
Play a
but-
towards your hand. I think you might go.
You
okay
also
with
have to
nine.
make it,
Very unnatural.
and that is not so easy.
Well,
7
but
top
to
tricks,
put the player in that position.
but the majors are not good for you.
Okay, 2 rooms in the bowl of play. 2 in the play going through.
5 clubs, 2 diamonds, and the ace of spades, so he
Sure.
just needs a 9th somewhere.
Sorry, yeah, 8.
For
Yes.
south,
Get the 9s from somewhere.
certainly looked as if you would go
So you
down
get a diamond lead.
if the defenders lead a heart. Lead a heart the ninth trick, but if you get something like diamond lead,
Cast one round of clubs, see that they don't break 5-0, and then I think you take the first spade finesse,
it just wouldn't work.
and eventually you go down. Isn't that how it's going to be?
That's the way it looks to me, Roland.
Clubs is pup saying in a closed room. That's the 2-diamond response. So I don't think the lead was the jack of spades in the closed room. I think South would declare. It was probably a spade to the jack.
Weinstein's choice of diamond card is a little interesting. He's not leading fourth best from a bad suit, which is pretty standard, but he's not going all the way and flinging the 7 out there, which he probably thinks might be useful under some circumstances.
Okay. So the 7 of the jack of spades has become the 7 of diamonds in the closed room as well. Okay.
I checked their card. They play some sort of attitude type lead against no trump. So the lower the card, the better the suit.
Has no honor and therefore leads second top, or?
Well, in this context, when you welcome a heart gift, as usually as hand as you can hold, declares correctly when the king diamonds. Plan is cash the king queen of clubs and take a spade finesse. He will win it and clear the diamonds, and there will be in
Yeah,
hand to take
one round of club.
If he won the ace times of trick, one, the communications would be in some jeopardy.
West knows East has the jack, not just because of the queen, which could have been a singleton, but also because if East had the singleton queen, South would probably have just let the lead right around as a free finesse of sorts.
But China made 3 no trumps on it.
One round of club I can understand. I can't understand the second.
Well done them, and well done
And
France.
apparently he didn't.
Made 3 no trumps on a diamond lead.
Maybe he didn't even play the king of diamonds, trick one.
Yeah, this would be an interesting game if you could just, like once every hand or round, you could just take back a couple tricks.
There's no need to catch a second club.
There's no need to, but you only need one more entry to hand.
Well, true. But no one's going to throw any spades anyway with ace queen 9 to 4 in the dummy.
Well, you say that, but West has got to discard something. He doesn't want to discard for his 5 got diamond suit. May not want to discard the suit the declare showing 4 off.
Darking the queen of diamonds, so presumably now heart switch, and when the sack spade finesse loses, the hand will fall to pieces.
Yes, never underestimate the power of forcing the opponents, even great opponents, to make discards early in the hand before they know very much about what's going on.
You played by North, heart when it made.
And whilst he still has the ace of diamonds as an entry for the other spade finesse, he can put West to the test with another club.
West.
Now that spade going away from West is an ominous sign. It almost certainly is not from Jack Fourth. So not that he can't do anything about it, but the spade begins to paint the picture that maybe things aren't going so well in the spade suit. Certainly the king of spades could be on side, but it's unlikely you're picking up Jack Fourth.
Very difficult for West, because he has good heart. keep your hearts, is what is done.
Any chance of an in-play on West with a diamond? If he pitches another spade, you'll probably get him.
Mm-hmm. It's not easy to extract another spade out of his hand, but say South takes the spade for
Okay.
and plays the jack.
We all know comes the 8 of spades.
Yes. The spades, cash clubs, and throw him in with a diamond and get you happy.
Yep.
Except he just comes down to wins, doesn't he? Or he's got to make 2 pitches, so it's 2.
Is there an end play possible now that he pitched a diamond?
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, because if the spade is finessed, Eastern play a diamond through, and at the moment West has still got an exit card in spades.
West to play a heart now. If
Maybe,
there picks it.
Maybe some clues in. Yes, West right or back to diamond.
Yeah, not covering the 10. Now that's ominous, because a lot of times West would have like a holding that might want to promote
What
East
does
8
West
or
know
something
at
like
that
that.
He knows that has 5 club tricks. If he had a jack third diamonds, he has 3 diamonds and a spade, which would make 9. So if there is taking spade finesse now, he doesn't have the jack of diamonds.
Well, it's possible to play the queen here if you buy my earlier theory that it's unlikely that these cards are coming up in the discards from Jack 4th. If it goes queen, king, and Levin plays a diamond back, let's see. Yeah, he can win the ace of diamonds, play a spade to the ace, get out a diamond, and he can end play Weinstein. Levin will need to play a heart through if he plays queen.
Play heart play situation.
Well, West would discard a hut on
Is Weinstein playing? Oh, that's right. I thought it was Weinstein.
club. So you know,
I think Weinstein's in the other room.
reason.
What?
Oh, Steve Weinstein is in this room, I believe.
Yeah. There's another famous American Weinstein, but Weinstein. I don't know how he pronounces his.
Howard pronounces his Weinstein. Steve pronounces his Weinstein.
There you go.
So one got it right. Is that Howard? He pronounces it? Weinstein?
Yes, that's right. That's right, Roland.
Close room. We'll see diamond lead, spade finesse, diamond, heart duct, reversion to diamond. So now if Clara wins the diamond, cashes clubs, and to suspect finesse, he will go 3 down. 2 spades, 2 hearts.
So if he tries to
And
go,
by the way,
sorry, go ahead.
the 7 of spades, is clearly a suit preference for hearts, encouraging Levin to plow a heart back if and when he comes in with the king, which should be sometime soon.
So we'll be 3 down in the close room. 3 2 hearts, 2 spades.
USA2 having a good set against Sweden now, leading the set by 22 and up by 12 total.
You picked the right match to watch in the sense that we've been 57 edge hands and most playing positive. The ideas have come from
Italy up by 42 against
very
China.
centers.
China against France have won the set 30.
And the Netherlands up by more than 100
Almost
imps now, 104 against Iceland.
Of the end that we've talked about.
We should point out that the end talking about has to be as opposed to just winning the diamond return and taking the second spatness. Seems a real line. And still make it into the spade for losing the outer hearts inside.
The play that you're about to hand is East.
It didn't go too well for Mike Camel in the other room, as we see. Trying to make his punter, obviously. In the process, he went 3 now. Probably going up with the King of Hearts when the heart came through.
The declarer is known not to have the Jack of Diamonds from the plate of first trick.
And non cash up.
Yes, Roland, I was just going to comment on that. I mean, if you buy into what I'm telling you, that it's unlikely to be Jack fourth of spades, if you decide that, then going up with King of Hearts is your last shot if Levin plays a heart here. But Levin does need to play a heart right now.
Okay, so we need Levin to play a heart now, a diamond, and then declare it a light.
So that's one with I was thinking series as opposed to parallel. I imagine Bowie must be thinking about what he was going to play after winning Jack spade.
Had a good 2 minutes to work it out. He knew he would win one or the other.
Could the lead have been from Ace 10 7?
Score on right. Balkan was taken longer to play hand than Eldad. So it's not surprising because it takes longer to play any hand than anybody else. What's your prediction, Bob? Will he make it? Okay.
5.
Probably not, because Weinstein has subsequently pitched 5. The flush is not an easy play. I'm not, and again, looking at all 4 hands, it is relatively easy. But yeah, I really think that Levin is going to make the right play for the right reason.
Yeah, it is a bit strange to know what he's going to play, having that long to think about it. And Iceland and Netherlands have drawn that board. Squared it off in 3 no trumps going 3 down.
This is the hand that took 25 minutes on.
There are some situations with that dummy where it might be necessary to switch to your unsupported on and switch to the Queen of Hearts if you think you need lots of quick heart tricks. Here, because East has got a second spade stop, he's not that desperate, so if he does switch to a heart, he can switch to a lower one.
Right, and Weinstein still knows about the Jack of Diamonds for the reasons that Dan gave at the start of the hand.
If East knows the South has the Ace King Queen of Clubs and the Ace of Diamonds, because West pitched a diamond, presumably if he had his 5th of diamonds, he wouldn't have led the 5 attitude and he wouldn't have pitched one. And that's 13 of Declarer's high cards. He must have either the Ace or King of Hearts.
Well done, Queen of Hearts.
That's not
No. If Weinstein believes
Just switch to the Queen anyway. Hoping his partner's heart pips a little better.
That's it, not, you know.
He's gone to diamond.
Accurate defense. Nothing Declarer can do.
Well done.
Yes, the partner had Ace Jack 8. This would be a great play. and switching to a low heart would not have improved things.
And nice Queen of Hearts, leaving partner no doubt about the layout.
And here we are, but if you finesse spades, no, he will go an extra down, 2 instead of 1.
Moment of truth.
You won't really mind. Well, doesn't matter. 50 or 100, I mean, you are trying to make your contract, aren't you?
He does not know that.
He's always going to play to make.
So 2 down it is, and a couple of imps to Israel.
Well, very interesting.
Looks like a non-making game for North-South here. Well, at least no game makes on best defence.
3 no trumps by North would have good chances.
Very, because you won't lead the club. You're absolutely right.
And this is almost certainly 2 clubs. He's assuming the hearts get picked.
Some pressure in the ending. East has to be a little careful after 6 rounds of hearts. Then say you win the spade with the ace, lay a heart to the ace of heart. Last trump, play the spades and find the bad news. Now you might as well run all your trumps. You still have to
So if you've got the south hand and you open 1 heart in third to seat, your partner responds 1 spade, what would you rebid?
I'm looking at the closed room, sorry.
Right,
they did lead the 8 of spades.
Sorry.
3 hearts here.
It's relatively straightforward.
What would you be leading, Barry?
Queen outside.
Because of ace king jack spades, I would upgrade.
Auction in the closed room was a hut by 76 cards.
I think I would go lower with 2 hearts. I just don't like the pattern of the hand, and even though I fit spades, I may even have to overtake the jack of spades, which in some hands won't be all that helpful. So, I don't know. I would probably guess to go low, but I certainly understand 3 hearts. But it's a non-ball game at stake, so I really would not be putting my putting the accelerator to the floor on this hand.
There's a chance that they get to 3 no trumps.
No,
Pachtman bids 2 no trumps now. I think Ginossar was raised to 3.
For sure, 2 no 3 no is quite a possible ending, Roland.
So speculations about 4. It went 1 down in their room.
Partly depends on their style of 1 heart opening versus weak 2s in hearts. If they tend to open the 2 diamonds multi on a fairly wide range of hands, then 1 heart followed by 2 hearts should show a reasonably sound opening bid.
Perhaps Darwin's going to get squeezed where he did.
Well, you can choose the route Fleischer, or rather Camel, did in the other room. He raced to 2 spades.
Reasonable
And then Fleischer bid again, 2 no trumps. Camel jumped to 4 hearts.
Yes. A game you won't be in. Do want against 3 no by North.
I'm not so keen on raising to 2 spades on this hand because your hearts are so good and you it's not clear you want to take a rough with your big trumps.
Tell you what, if you find that defense, don't be
Agreed.
so
But it looks like Israel's going to pick up for the 2nd straight hand here. I think about 5 imps.
It would be quite not to be going, I think. After he sees all the cards. It's a diamond. It's going to be pretty regretful.
The only good thing about 2 spades is that it tends to encourage partner a little more than if you just rebid your own suit. So maybe 2 spades has got a better chance of getting the game than 2 hearts.
40 and 50.
items.
Time for a cigarette? No.
For some players like to play at a convention whereby they can show a 2.5 heart rebid, and that'll certainly be useful on this hand.
Yeah, the guys that are playing multis with the weak twos and the good weak twos would have been able to show that strength with a simple 2-heart rebid as South Ginossar did.
Cost them 9 imps. They missed the 4-up game. Indonesia against USA in the seniors. West opened a weak no.
So apparently the players are taking a short break at the moment, so it might be a couple of minutes before we see the auction on this hand.
Up of a few imps for Indonesia in the seniors. This is the sort of hand where one's responsive to an opening bid can occasionally work well, David.
Yep.
If South passes and Bet opens a club, a transfer response of a heart by East might get you to a spade.
Except that I would put double heart to show hearts. The South hand, treatments over a heart.
I would probably bid 2 hearts natural, I guess, as a pass hand. But yes, otherwise doubling is reasonable.
A general approach is doubling artificial suits. Artificial bid shows that suits.
Missed the auction from Strong. North, who had heard his partner pass already, saw him with the heart, and now looking at 4 kings and knowing there would be at least a couple of aces on his left, he completed force.
They found an unusual way to lose 6 imps. They fent 1-0 trip by West 4 off 400 against their 620 and 4 hearts.
Netherlands win this game. He played 3 hearts by North. No, it's probably just a misprint, isn't it? How would you get that by North?
The Jack of Spades with leads.
So it must have been by North.
Yep.
22,000 users online now. 22,100.
China have picked the left.
Could be a new record. I'm not quite sure.
So closer.
Roland, if my memory serves, there was a couple of years back there was like a 10,000 limit. I mean, the system or the server or whatever could not handle more than 10,000, and you would get locked out, which is a tremendous tribute to the expansion of this website and program.
You're right about that, Jack. We had a limit of 9,999, and we did reach that, and we don't know how many were unable to log in then.
Well, on a couple of occasions, I was one of them.
Also, we had a limit of how many simultaneous tables we could have up. I think the limit was 12 at the time, but it has gone up to 32. So no problem there.
Cross to the ace of diamonds, led a spade to the king, so his club away on the king. King of diamonds, claimed.
And we did have 19 tables up at the same time a few months ago.
Again, in reference to our comments about Matt Camel being one of the more conservative players in the field, he didn't open the south hand, which might have led to his.
So whilst we're talking about numbers, if you look at the first 9 boards, it's 32 imps all in this set, and there's not been a flat board yet.
Well, this may be one, although I'm barring the diamond hook, I'm trying to figure out how they made 5 at the other table. Maybe I'll take a look.
I think they've got a diamond lead at trick 1, which meant declare could finesse the jack without too much risk.
Well, that answers that. Thanks.
Yeah, and got hearts right as well. Yeah. All routes lead to 4 hearts there. 2 no trump, Jacoby.
Yeah.
High card race and hearts. 4 trumps. Now we have different approaches. They use the 3 clubs to show any minimum hand. Also used in Scandinavia. Any minimum hand would respond 3 clubs. And 3 diamonds usually ask for a singleton. I don't know if that particular pair plays that method. At least it's common in Scandinavia.
That is a popular treatment, and over here too as well, Roland. However, I must say, as North, if my partner had 3 clubs showing a minimum hand, I would already be putting the dummy down in 4 hearts. Well, actually, one of the reasons you do this is so that your partner does not have to describe any further features of his hand to the defense on a hand where it really, for sure, looks like game is going to be the limit.
Yes, I think that's right. There must have been some other hand types in 3 clubs for North to bother relaying. Because with 4 kings, he knows whichever suited partner's got a singleton, then he's got wastage.
So Jack, what is the standard bid playing in original Jacoby with a 5-3-3-2 in the minimum? Is that 3 no trump?
No, I mean, back in the day when it first started, you had a horrible hand like this, you just jumped to 4 hearts. But people increasingly found that doing that just jumps in the way of your partner when he has lots of good hands. And it's fine to tell your partner you have a horrible hand, but 3 clubs still leaves a lot of room to unwind it. 3-no always tended to show a singleton, but it always showed extra values. Excuse me, it denied a singleton, but it showed extra values.
Well, declarers into possession.
And back to 3 hearts, would that show extra values also?
Yes, that shows even more than 3-no. Again, it's up to the partnerships, but back when Jacoby first got started, the less you bid, the more you had.
Now he's looking for 100% light on the hand. Not easy to find one.
You mean mildly all the space though with that. Especially when you find out the guy's got queen.
Yeah, it could be queen ace jack, but still, but no harm.
Interesting lead. I think many will find that. Trump lead from Queen 1.
That would be without.
You know, on a good day, declarer has ace, king, 10, 5th of hearts. The dummy has 4 small. Your partner puts up the jack from jack and 1. The declarer goes back to the dummy, leaves a heart to the 10, and you're a hero.
Yes, indeed. A heart lead from Queen X is rather safer when you know the opponents have got a 9-card fit. If they might have an 8-card fit, it's a very dangerous lead.
USA1 in the seniors, 2 spades, 2 down for minus 200.
Yeah, you can imagine how perhaps after a week no trump by West and a 2 speeds sign off southward to commit to coming to auction. Maybe he should just
Pass first.
Well, anybody who would pass at 2 speeds would also not open the hand.
You can take that finesse without risk.
Moving right along.
And he needed to have the board.
On this board in the closed room, They're playing 4 spades.
Well, Jeffrey, right on cue. They finally had a flat board.
And we have
Once you pointed it out.
It's all my fault.
How about 4 spades here? Going to lose 3 spades and an ace.
West.
So
North showed
that won't play well.
spades at his first turn. He showed hearts. North doubled for the captain with 3 spades, and South eventually gave him a 4th.
So China had a
North-South play transfer responses to a club. 1 heart shows spades.
Personally, I would regard that as a measure of discretion. But
I'm trying to be polite, Barry.
well, it depends what your standards for discreetness are.
Okay.
But also, 1 heart is a transfer state, 3 hearts by East. Also,
Yeah, that would just pass to show a minimum hand.
Keeping Barry's instructions, this lady's
Nothing to add.
major indiscretion, doubling 3 hearts and allowing it to make 3
South's
third.
bid here is pretty easy. North's bid is not. Whether he'll just rebid 3 spades to show the 6th spade, or whether he'll just show some cards by doubling.
it's possible on a trump
I think that's really the question.
that you could tip.
After the ace, low diamond, king hearts, and the 3rd heart.
Yeah, his spades are so bad that I think doubles probably
Spade
more tempting.
is found at the table.
Well, it's not very attractive for the
Yeah,
fence.
but even it's
You think there's a chance that
automatically have beaten us.
Weinstein will
You can't beat it.
bid 4 hearts? And they get to
Very
double
weak
that?
I play jack of
Ha!
clubs and south covers.
Yeah.
Bullet 10 of clubs and run.
You know, and I have to say one of the reasons here is because, in my experience, Bobby Levin is a super sound bidder and a super sound preemptor. You are not going to find him with one of the ridiculous preempts that you might find many other great players with.
He had to make a guess as to what to do. All the job done.
To pass back.
It's a bit unlucky for Pachtman to find the King of Hearts opposite, don't you
Made
think?
4 spades.
3 hearts preempt, race to 4 hearts,
Netherlands did
and
well.
partner has the
They
King of
stopped
Hearts.
3 spades against USA1 in the West Cup. China stopped in 3 spades at simply limited damage in the Bermuda Bowl. And France stopped in 3 spades Germany, upping the lead a little.
So we would guesstimate this hand, Barry. You'd have to rise.
Yes, although he could double to keep partner in the game. At least as he's got 2 aces and reasonable defence, and only a doubleton in partner's suit.
Yeah, it says a lot about this hand that's bad for offense. The stiff ace of hearts is a bad offensive card. Queen empty 6 of spades. I mean, it's easy to criticize him. 4 spades is by no means right, but double certainly would have kept all the options open. And his partner, I think, would have been forced to pass for lack of anything else to do, which would have been a good result, certainly better than minus 50.
That's on the second round. It's true. A spade with a 9, and almost certainly West won't rise.
So
That's
variation here.
counterintuitive.
Clash club himself, West, who could see that club or on the King of Hearts, takes his ace.
So it's all down to the trumpet here. You found 3 heart, Barry.
Particularly when it comes to transfer calls.
Well, Declaro was trying to get past the ace of clubs. The reason why he led a club rather than a diamond to dump me. But it's all too obvious, even if Levin had the ace of clubs, because he knows that the King of Hearts will provide a discard.
Of course, there is a risk for looking for a club ruff with a trump holding like his. Specifically, Weinstein. Never mind. I thought.
Yeah, it'll be the same result as it is. Just 1 down, he loses 2 spades.
The jack of spades. West will the 10 spades.
So Jeffrey, another flat board.
Ended. On a different day this would have been necessary. Here declare.
Commentators curse. We want exciting, swingy boards, and you just jinxed them.
Flat board.
So you're saying we're going to have 9 more flat boards after this?
Still 42, which was where we started out the set for USA.
Well, we can't get more than 5.
West Morel opening a heart. 2 diamond of a call.
It's true, not today anyway.
2 hearts from south. General force. 3 clubs from west. And you imagine north will join in with 3 diamonds, since he has extra playing strength. And then I imagine that would...
So it's 5 more boards today and then 48 tomorrow in this match. So we're just coming up towards the halfway stage. Plenty of time for Israel to get the imps back.
In the closed room shows spades. I
3
believe Ruben's advance 2 hearts might show spades.
3 no trumps will need a clubs to make it.
Oh yes, indeed there is. But not plenty of time for Iceland to get 105 imps back.
Germany, the seniors, and by USA2 again.
Now, I think it's of note here that Ginossar bids 2 spades, which he obviously intends is forcing. And I personally think that's the right way to go. Over 2 level overcalls, you're supposed to have something, and if you have to start with a Q bid on every single hand in the world, you can never get it unwound. So for example, if you bid 2 hearts here and it went 3 clubs, you could easily lose your spade fit, and the north-south goal here is to get themselves to 4 spades.
Getting to 4 spades seems the optimal chance to go plus.
Can you make it?
Everyone's in it's made it so far. Some with tricks, so I'm going to rely on that. Don't think anyone's gone down 4 spades.
In fact, East West have got a fairly cheap state, haven't they?
Yes, they have a cheap save in 5 hearts.
Have to be oriented for spades as this.
I don't like 3 no trumps at all, unless it's conventional.
Very good for the finesse is that it's old.
Just ace-1 hearts, would you suggest 3 no trumps?
I suppose perhaps the thinking is that he's got King, Queen, 1 and diamonds, and if they got 6 running diamond tricks, and the say partner's got the ace, 6 diamonds, the ace, and the ace of clubs, then you might make 3 no trumps and not 4 spades. If partner's got, say, Queen to 3 spades, then you've got a heart loser.
3-0, I think.
Very, very surprising to me that North would plus 3-0.
I would not have.
Your spades are...
No, it could work, but you're banking on 9 peelers. So your partner better be tabling 6 diamonds, and you better be tabling an ace. Other than that, you probably are going to be out of gas.
Well, it did turn out to be the wrong decision.
Yes, you're right, Roland.
Are willing to take the spade finesse away for his chance to make.
And the teammates even having a very good board in the other room, as we can see. We didn't get the result just yet.
He might lead the jack of spades.
They boarded in 4 hearts, double.
Doesn't get covered, give up on it.
Closed room, final contract is 4 hearts. The defenders have a diamond, a spade, a heart and a club.
Sorry, you left out the little purple cross.
Yep.
So this was a missed opportunity for Israel.
4 hearts gone down.
4 hearts only going 1 now, down for 100.
Down 1.
So
Down
620 would have been very useful here.
So what have you got to do to beat 4 hearts?
Yeah, this was a chance for a big swing for the Israelis that got away.
Clearer from
playing clubs for 1 reason.
Playing clubs from dummy twice, which you can do. What you've got to not do is in the ace of hearts when the king's played.
Mm-hmm.
Usual.
So he doesn't
He
go.
may even go. He may even go many down. Yeah, I mean, he's got to take the spade from this.
I think he's going to go 3 down, Roland. He just has no options but to take the spade finesse, it seems to me.
Should.
Exactly.
A leading low from hat.
Well, if the spade finesse is working, it's quite likely he'll be able to end play West anyway, assuming West has got the ace of clubs. So you might just run all the diamonds first, and then go for either an end play or just drop the singleton king. So on the bidding, West has shown probably at least 5-5 7 hearts and clubs.
Declarer gave up on king and 1 spade on side.
Well, that's fair enough, Jeff. Yeah, yes, you're right.
If he trusts to have 6-5 clubs when he falls to 1 diamond, either the king spades is singleton or it's wrong.
The fact that East hasn't raised confirms that.
So, for example, on suppose that Weinstein had the king 10 of spades, he would be pitching down to the king 10 doubleton at this point, and Declarer would be able to get out a heart and have Weinstein take the spade finesse for him. Assuming he could read the position, if Weinstein blanks the spade, then I guess you just play the ace.
So why is this superior to take a straightforward spade finesse?
Style.
We don't go money down.
All 4 matches and the wins are fairly close. 3 of the 4 are very close in the.
And they are bundled on tricks after all.
China supporting him, stay in touch.
In Sweden, I think the most remarkable thing about these matches is that Iceland has got only 37 M's in nearly.
When East hasn't raised hearts on the first round, you must have a suspicion that West is actually 6-5, in which case the spade finesse is working. It's singleton. Maybe even the 5 of hearts, but trick 1 was count.
And for those of you who aren't aware, in the semi-finals, USA1, should they go through, would have to play USA2, should they go through. And that would be winners Italy, China play the winners of Italy, Iceland, Netherlands. So, as in the sort of would be Netherlands, Italy.
So at this point he's mulling over. He knows that Weinstein came down to the stiff ace of clubs. He's mulling over whether he started with king 10 doubleton of spades, in which case he needs to get out a heart, or whether he has the stiff king of spades, in which case he needs to swing the ace.
And the same would happen in the seniors, which would see the winner of Austria-Holland play the winner of France-Germany. Should both USA teams go through.
In fact, he'll get out with a club to develop his 9th trick.
That's true too, yes.
Actually, ace of spades. Pretty annoyed that he wasn't in 4 spades.
Still playing the closed room. Can we see the play before we move on? No. Okay.
So, Jeff, you said before that Levin is a sound overcaller, so you don't expect him to get in over 1-note trump here, do you? To show the majors, for instance.
I would be shocked, Roland. I mean, I really, really would.
US or a bigger number, right?
Wouldn't really expect an unfound overcaller to come in on this hand at game all.
I agree. I could name a few who would get in with a 4-4-4 one hand, holding both majors.
They offer couple in 2 hearts.
He's rates to lead a heart, I would guess. Some might lead diamond, but I can't imagine there would be many who opt for a spade in his hand.
Okay, so we predict it goes when the trump will pass and the lead, the 4 hearts.
Grabbing the entry of the club box. That's with the benefit of being able to see all the hands.
Declare
You're right, sir. I've just got there quick enough.
4 club tricks he can establish easily.
It's not very attractive to lead from a suit that's empty. Ace-8 to 4, King 10 to 4 has got a lot more potential to develop the long card if one's got, say, the Queen.
So, okay, Jack, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, not to mention that from an opening lead perspective, it's better to be leading a heart, because if you strike gold there, you have the ace of spades as an entry. If you get something going in spades, it's not clear you'll necessarily have the king of hearts as an entry.
The declarer has a choice of lines here.
Clubs.
He could play clubs from hand, hoping that he will get enough tricks regardless. Or he could try to create an entry to dummy in diamonds, getting the diamonds and take a club finesse. If that's on.
As they say.
Well, I agree with playing clubs, because if you play diamonds, you've got to be able to guess them right, if indeed you can guess them right. And if you guess them wrong, you still haven't developed your long suit. So I think ace and another is a very sensible choice. And sometimes you find that East has got singleton king and you get that back.
Yes. As long as East has the king, I mean, it's correct to play on clubs.
Well, that is 24 lead for UA, who came back to almost to the end of that, having been down a bit.
So which spade do you think Weinstein will switch to when he gets in? Queen, 10, 7.
Well, not the queen. That could easily solve the guess that declarer is facing.
4 hearts went 1 down on the previous deal. USA
I would guess the 7. And he'll play one right now so that if Levin does a misguess, well, I was going to say Levin could cross with a heart. He's not going to be able to do that anymore.
So the declarer will certainly make 1 no trump, probably with over tricks. 5 plus 2 diamonds and a heart.
And here we are to see which spade. The 10.
10 of spades is a thoughtful jack of spades. Unlucky.
So there is some trick at least.
So that leaves Levin Endplay. Can't play a spade without giving a trick. Can't play a diamond if declarer guesses them.
Also for shifting
120, we don't know what he did.
And he seems to be the most...
So the declarer could always get a diamond off on the club and just take the marked spade finesse, so the hand had lost the interest at that point. They just tossed it back in.
There is 2 spade tricks, 2 heart tricks is 4, 2 diamond tricks.
So Israel lost 5 imps on board 12, where they could have gained 11. That was a 16 imp swing.
They can make 3 spade tricks. Five, 4 on a cycle. The Danish declarer has done pretty well, making 12 tricks on the spades.
He was trying to pin the single to 9.
He did.
Somehow it doesn't feel right, does it, that
No.
that should be the result.
I think the declarer must have run the jack of hearts and put down 5 hearts, 3 spades, 8 to diamonds is 10, and 2 clubs after he lost the club trick.
There's a bit short entries, one way or another.
Yep, well, spades are good entries.
Yeah, it was-
Oh, clubs. Very simple. Can pull a jack off. Anyway, the 9 of spades. One of the benefits of having good suits when you overcall.
I don't know how strong two diamonds was.
Yeah.
But
Two diamonds is forcing in the system. But it didn't show a hand as good as that, of course. So perhaps 3 clubs was a bit of a stretch. 14 count opposite what could have been 9, 10.
I think it was. Whether to rebid 2 hearts or 2 no, you know, those are also plausible rebids.
Not a lot to the players, we can see. So what this is playing out, perhaps I could ask you, Jack and Jeffrey, you tried voice a couple of times. How do you like that compared to written commentary?
I think after you've got the microphone working, it's very good. It certainly means that people can have more of a conversation, and with written comments you often find that 2 or 3 people think of the same point at about the same time, and the same idea appears 3 times on the screen.
Yes, I agree with that. This is only my 2nd time doing it, and so it's all still pretty new. But I like it. I like it very much, and I think it has to be better for the spectators too. They can simply listen to what's being said instead of having to continue to read as lines scroll by on a computer screen.
Yes, but having said that, it's also an advantage for the spectator to have the written commentary, because if he or she misses something of the the voice commentary, he or she can always go back to look at what our colleagues wrote in the room.
That's fair. Yeah, no, you're right.
So we have no intention of dumping the written commentary.
I think also one small advantage of written commentary is if you want to use the spade, heart, and diamond signals and the symbols and show a possible hand that declarer might have or that the defender might have, it's easier to type it out and take a look at it than to just dictate it, say, well, I think it's just easier to see. So I think there are some advantages to the written, for sure.
Nothing else extractive. Hearts Switch by Bobby Levin.
As the spectator points out, well, additionally, if one logs comments, you can go back to them later, the written comments, yes. But it's not entirely true, because you can also get back to voice. Did you know that? I mean, because almost all our broadcasts are recorded, and you can find links to them in the BBO forums.
Yes, absolutely true. People post great links that you can just click through to various websites. And you can't do that in the oral broadcasting, only in the written.
And for obvious reasons, we can't give earls by voice, so we can't really do without the written comments.
We'll just concede another dime now.
I have noticed you get far fewer spectator comments when you are doing an oral broadcast than when you're doing a written broadcast.
For obvious reasons, Jack, because we have 1,500 spectators in this room at the moment, and roughly 1/4 of those will be on voice, and only 1/4. So around 350, something like that. So that makes a difference.
I see. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what the dispersion was between people who are seeing it in voice and people who are writing. That's interesting to know. Thanks.
No, he's lost the club and he's missed the diamond and he's going to concede another diamond. I think that's going to be flat board, but okay. Could be wrong. Look flat to me.
You're probably right. Can't get too excited about the other trick at this hour. Much more interested in
Now, Roland, this is the kind of hand that Bobby Levin would enter over 1-0 with.
Oh, really? Would he? I see. And Weinstein wouldn't open 3 diamonds in seconds, would he?
With a side 5-card major, I would hope not, and I think not.
So Claire's got 4 spades, a heart 5, a diamond if he picks a 6, and 2 clubs is 8. He would need.
But this is a super misfit for East-West. Definitely not either one of them fall too in love with their hand.
11 options to bids.
I believe that 2 clubs. Okay, 2 clubs was available to show clubs in a major, I believe. And Levin obviously thinks his hand is too good for that. And typically 2-0 doesn't show just the minors anymore. It typically shows any good 2-suiter. Could be the minors, but it doesn't have to be.
Does it mean that they play in Macwell? You said 2 clubs to show clubs in the major?
Very good. Spots written. Now, if West...
Yes, I'm looking at their card. It says versus strong, no trump, 2 clubs is natural plus a major.
And 2 no trump shows a good hand with hearts and another suit.
Ah, yes, it does say that. So that's a very good treatment for this hand. Hearts and another suit.
And is the other suit supposed to be longer than hearts?
Not necessarily.
The convention card says 2-0 is hearts and a minor, comma, very good. And this hand meets all those qualifications.
Well, in both rooms, North, South...
West still got an idea which suit the minor is, and probably not feeling very happy.
And a minor, and the other room North has bid it to show a good hand. If West runs to 3 diamonds, as he has done, can
So
sell it.
Barnett asked the question, do we know what 2-0 is? And I messaged him privately.
I already beat you to it, Roland.
Oh, sorry. I wrote hearts in the minor, good hand.
Look, if you lead a diamond
And
against
Barnett just threw away the good hand part.
your diamond, 4 spades is 5, a club 6 and a heart 7.
Now, what would Roland and Jeffrey? What would you do? Would you pass 2-0? Would you bid 3 diamonds, assuming that's the play on the theory that your hand takes tricks and diamonds and nothing else? What? I mean, this is a mess. I don't know what I would do. I would be inclined to bid 3 diamonds. I'm not inclined to bid one of my singletons, but I'll be honest with you. This is a big, big problem for West. This, of course, assuming that 3 diamonds does not have any conventional meaning.
So West.
Yeah, I certainly bid 3 diamonds if I thought that was natural, rather than a partial correct bid. I mean, you should probably have a way of saying I want to play in my suit anyway, even if you have to bid 3 diamonds followed by 4 diamonds.
Well, 3 diamonds could easily be pass or correct. The convention card doesn't say so. If so, then I think, I don't know, you either pick 3 clubs and close your eyes, or you just pass and hope that nobody is doubling, which they haven't yet. Count yourself lucky and just say 50 a trick is what I'm slotted for.
Oh yes, that's important. No one is going to double 2-0 Trump, obviously. And no one is going to double anything. I mean, they're kind of lucky now that they have this Misfit. The South can't double anything.
Hasn't shown any values yet.
Well, South might double if they get to 4 hearts, for example.
Yep.
Well, I didn't expect them to get to the 4 level, Jeffrey.
South have doubled 2-0 to show values.
Well, yeah, it depends what bids mean from West and whether they're confident. I mean, if West bids 3 diamonds and East bids 3 hearts and West bids 4 diamonds, who knows? Or 4 clubs.
4 diamonds, is it 4 hearts?
Well, you were close.
West probably passed 3 hearts before he'd been doubled, on the same theory you were talking about, for the same reason you were talking about for passing 2-0 trumps. But it's probably difficult to pass 2-0 trump because West might have just had a game in his own hand and a 6-6 hand. And even the 10 of hearts might have been a key card.
The Jack looks like 3 diamonds is conventional. Why else would Levin bid 3 hearts? He already showed 5 of them.
I agree, Roland. I just said I didn't know, and before I bid 3 diamonds, I'd like to know. It would have been good to know what it meant.
Only play with money for somebody happy.
This is the ultimate board of this set.
By the way, they should count themselves fortunate to some degree. I mean, they're playing North-South are playing 15 to 17 point no trumps, and some Souths might have doubled 2-0 with an ace and a king. And if they double 3 hearts and start a trump, they're at least 2 down. So they've done well not to be doubled, I think.
The Israelis did well in the other room to stop in 3 diamonds.
Yes, in this sort of sequence, if South does double 2-0 trump, that should give East-West enough room to make partial correct bids and also play in West suit when it's right. So a pair as regular as this pair at this level, I'd expect them to have agreements as to what pass and redouble mean if 2-0 trumps is doubled. And I certainly think that there's a far more better chance that they could stop in 3 diamonds then. Not that 3 diamonds will make.
Right, I'm just busy counting up the losers in 3 diamonds, and there are quite a number of them.
Indeed, yes. But as West, you just happy that you escaped on doubles.
Absolutely.
Really nothing else
going to happen.
So while this is playing out, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our excellent operator in Veldhoven. His name is Bob Driver, the brother of Bas Driver, playing in the Netherlands team.
last board.
Well done to him.
Heroics.
Indeed.
Also
Thank you. Well done.
Yeah.
Margin at the moment.
Also thanks to my co-commentators, Jack and Jeffrey, and to our colleagues doing the written commentary. There were a few
Strong no trump.
a while ago,
This time
but Barnett Schenken has been very good and consistent, typing a lot, very good. Also Thomas Gotthard from Germany. I'd also like to thank the World Bridge Federation for allowing us to broadcast from this prestigious event. Much appreciated by bridge fans all over the world.
West.
And finally, thank you very much to our faithful spectators for joining us this afternoon and early evening in Europe.
Systemic call.
We hope you enjoyed the show and that you will be back tomorrow.
East inviting.
Starting time tomorrow is the same as usual,
Last hand.
10:30 Central European Time, 9:30 AM in the UK, 19:30 in Sydney, 4:30 AM in New York, and 1:30 AM in Los Angeles. Thanks everyone.
And of course we would be remiss in not thanking Roland, who is the guy who makes this all go, who arranges for the Vugraph presentations, who arranges for all the commentators, who moves all the commentating along. There's nothing that you're listening to, nothing that you're watching, nothing that you're reading that would be happening without Roland's constant work behind the scenes, which I think most of you can't even imagine. It's immense, and it's very much appreciated. Thanks, Roland.
It certainly is.
My pleasure, really, because I love it. Well, you have a feeling that I'm very enthusiastic about this.
Anyway, meanwhile, East-West have bid to a fairly thin game. Two hearts from West was aggressive action, but showed both majors as a passed hand, and East has got some very, very nice cards when his partner has both majors. He's got 4 card heart support, and he's got ace, queen, and another spade, which looked, from his point of view, the hand fits very well.
And Neill on the same, 2 hearts making 2 in one room. And
The
3
play
hearts.
is going to be challenging with hearts 4-1, however. Just mulling over how this is all going to work.
Yes, I think if he switches to the king of diamonds, the players can't really avoid free losing the minus, losing at least 1 trump.
Yes, just saw our schedule for tomorrow morning, the morning match. Looking at the matches right now, I have selected USA2 against Sweden for our match with voice commentary. You may not agree, but that's how it's going to be.
in the closed
So yes,
room.
at the moment, USA2 are about 18 imps up against Sweden. China are making a little bit of a comeback against Italy. They're now at about 37 imps down. And it's only really the Netherlands-Iceland match that's not close.
So one no trump by North has made one room on the two huts lead. The room it's gone 3 down. Made 3 in another room. Made 3, 1 down, 2 down. So he's as good as mine. Kiko, perhaps you can tell us play in the closed room. Thank you.
So the player is wondering if he can pick the hearts up for Neill losers, which he probably needs to make his contract. Possibility is a King Doubleton heart in the north hand or 10 Doubleton heart in the south hand.
He's probably now going to try and cash spades and hope that North has spades. It's 9 of hearts now.
Yes, once there was no switch, he can just drive the trumps out here. Clubs are 5-3, so Pachtman's not going to have a club to play back, and the player can enter the dummy with the spade ace, draw trumps, run the spades, and finish the day with a very good plus 620.
So the diamond switch came too late. And well played by Levin and Weinstein, I must say. North-South had better sets than this. I think it's fair to say.
All right, there we go. Thank you, Roland. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, all the specs.
Thanks, everyone, and goodbye for now.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.